I'm thinking, should we try and pick our dream 11 for Sunday?
Yeah,
Is that
let's go
is
for
that
it.
is that a good thing
Let's
to do?
go for it. Let's go for
Should
that
we do that?
madness.
Let's dive into it, and this is a good chance for the chat section to get involved. Also, let us know what your preferred 11 would be for Sunday. Of course, we also had news of who is fit, and it looks like Shay is making training. So I think that was there was a lot of nervousness around whether or not Shay would be fit and well, but it appears like he is. So I guess that gives us a fantastic option up front, a physical option. Of course, he started in the game against Leeds as well, didn't
But
he?
it gives you
So
a big conundrum too. I think like him being fit, like it's going to be a lot harder to fit Stevens in.
yes, it's true.
It makes that decision, or do you just drop Brooks and make it Shea and the Dharma up top? It's a lot to fit. It's so many ways we can go about this for this game, and
Yeah,
I honestly think that is our linchpin to success. The fact that I don't think anybody but Russell knows how we're going to go out there.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's better to have Shea as an option rather than to not. Just
Absolutely.
purely down to the
Don't get me wrong. I'd rather Shea be in this squad than not be in this squad, but
yeah,
it's the rest of it. Like I thought we've been so settled with that sort of backline of, the two, fullbacks playing really, really high and be able to sort of convert. I think that works great. I don't want to break up that midfield three. I think that's I think if you talk to fans around, I think that midfield three of Downs, Aribo, and Smallbone, everyone's like that might be the best midfield three in the championship.
yeah.
And that's
Well, let's jump straight to that. I mean, we don't need to muck around with that. That's I think all of our dreams is to have. Would you put a Rebo or small bone here?
Aribo and then Smallbone.
Yeah. So my computer's asking me for passwords. Must mean I'm being hacked. Small bone. The Basingstoke Zidane. So there we go. Centre backs. What we're thinking, by the way, in the chat section, do stick in your preferred 11s, and we'll see how we can compare. See what the dreams. See if they align.
Yeah, it's how do you go for the centre backs, mate? How do you want to see it?
How do I want to see it? Okay.
Yeah, agreed.
Yep.
Yeah, agreed.
Abbreviations. It's a long one. So.
Needs to do it nowadays. Come on then, talk me through it. Wow. So no Captain Jack. That's the thing. You got Nonto, Peru, and Somerville, and I personally think.
Oh, okay. Hold the phone.
Gar.
R. How do you spell captain?
It's difficult, I understand.
Capital letter. Let's have a little respect, Michael. Come on. I'm doing it.
And then we say in Fraser.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I do think you could also have Manning in that position. It could be Manning if you want something that's slightly more defensive. Because Manning's still going to run forward.
Yeah.
Like, when Manning came on, against West Brom, he looked fantastic. He looked really up for it.
Okay, I'll let you pick.
I think Manning, because it's the best of both worlds. It's the best of both worlds.
He played in the Leeds game as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Nearly got himself sent off by winding up.
That gives you those options out wide, and then
it's Armour and Shea, isn't it?
Yeah, but I do it. But it'll be difficult because I kind of want Brooks to because of the wide position, but
I know.
yeah,
Well, that's why I think maybe Fraser comes into it but it's Willie Nonto. You know what I mean?
and that's why I think you have that five at the back, so it's nice and defensive. As much as we were, in the other games, we were the attacking team, and we were hoping, and West Brom were hoping not to concede. I think when you're in a final like this, don't concede.
Yeah. Oh, I'm missing loads of comments here. This is I need to catch up on this. Everyone's saying Manning is great going forwards and solid defensively. He is good for two options. Isaac doesn't have any confidence at all in Manning. Ryan's going with McCarthy, Walker Peters, Bednarek, Harbellis, Manning, Downs, Brooks, a rebound, Fraser, and Mara. Okay, all right. But yeah, it's just that Willie Nonto thing. And the other factor is, of course, will Leeds, after having a bit of a mess in midfield on both occasions, are they going to have an extra holding midfielder? Are they going to set up KG?
And that's the thing. And here's the thing: if they do that, set up KG like that, that works for our favour in this because I think this is a wider team. This is in this position. It's a wing attacking team, and yeah, I think that, like, for me, that's just the way we need to go about it, really.
But also, that does mean that Smallbone's got a bit more freedom to go forward.
It does, and he's so good, and that's why it's just that Shea. As much as you need to start Shea because he's great at this, but if we start at five at the back, I don't think Shea starts.
Wow. Really?
I think Brooks starts. If we start five at the back, I think Brooks starts. And given the fact that Shea's had a bit of a knock.
So you reckon? I'm thinking hypothetically here, if we had Ross Stewart on the bench and Shea on the bench as attacking options,
exactly,
and you
can change it up. Whereas I feel like if you start like this with Brooks starting after the confidence of the last game, I think it works for us, and that formation's worked against Leeds. And they've not really played this exact formation against us. And then if we're in the game and we do feel we need a bit of change, the option off the bench to then switch formations and change it about a bit really, really works. I see people in the chat section saying about Manning as well, but Manning with the backup of Jack Stevens next to him, pulling out wide, Manning will be a fullback, but it'd be more attacking. So really, Jack's kind of your defensive option there. So the cover's there. I just do think if we start like this, Shea, saying he's not necessary is wrong, but Shea doesn't play wide very well, and I feel like you'd be seeing Smallbone pulling out wide a bit too much, or just people going out of position.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, I would, if we're doing this formation, I'd probably start Brooks.
Yeah. Alex W saying put Brooks and Armstrong up top. Steve Atkins saying Brooks deserves to start after the second leg performance. He was
absolutely
good. Brooks is technically is our best player technically up front.
I mean, have you seen Adam Armstrong? But fair play.
Yeah. Go Forest Fan TV. You got this, boys. Get back to where you belong on Beat the Drop. I have missed being on that show, and warm regards to everyone on there. Weirdly, I don't want to have that thought of should we achieve the success that we're wanting to then go into that whole kind of thing. But it appears that this season of Beat the Drop was pretty much done and dusted quite a few weeks ago. But although there were a few contentious things to be had, but we didn't have points deductions to consider back in the early seasons. But there we go. But hey, Wolverine. Hey, Ant. How we doing? Yes. Okay. I'm willing to bow to the consensus of opinion here that actually maybe Shea doesn't start. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Yeah. Who would have thought we'd be here?
Yeah. But he was very creative and
very.
Yeah.
I actually think it's really funny. I think after that game Friday, I remember coming out and actually playing downs quite a bit. But I think I was so in awe and shocked after that game. I kind of just found it hard to talk about everything. So I was trying to be like, kind of play devil's advocate outside the ground. But it's like, no, it's just difficult. I think Brooks had an amazing game looking back at it. But I honestly think our best tactic for this weekend It's the fact that going into it, this could be completely wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be Shea starting, and it could be 4 at the back, and we don't see. There's just options there. There's so many options, and I think that's our greatest strength going into this weekend. It's those players on that pitch are going to win it for us. They're the ones that are going to go put the ball in the net.
Yeah.
The thing that I think is, the biggest key is Russ. I think it's Russ versus Farke, and I honestly think Russ has his number from every position. Unless Farke, this is the moment for Farke to prove that he's a really good manager, which I don't think he is.
Well, Farke, I mean, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I can't see Farke being a success in the Premier League.
No, and he hasn't ever been.
Yeah, just
he hasn't ever been. He's done it in this level, and I don't think he's gone through playoffs. I think he's either made it through when they've absolutely walked the league, or he slipped under pressure. And I think what we've seen a lot this season is Farke slipping under pressure when the going gets tough. He's not going. Now, granted, this squad has done that pretty much every occasion ever asked of them.
Yeah.
But there's just something about where we're going in here, and the fact that we are the underdogs and everything. Like, I mean, last time we went to Wembley and the underdogs, we should have won it. It's just VAR that stopped us doing it.
Yeah.
But that's what you get when you get Zlatan, you get Zlatan fully.
Yeah.
So, I think this is Ross's game.
Yeah, it certainly does look good. I mean, watching back the previous game at Ellen Road, Leeds look all over the place to me. The 2 goals that we scored, they were completely at 6s and 7s, and for the life of me, I do not know what that defensive back line were doing, especially for that first goal to leave. I think we had 3 attacking players just open on the 5-yard box. Something like, how on earth does that happen?
They allowed it so much, and I think first goal is going to be very important, like as always. But really, especially at this game, I think it'll be key. But I think depending on how, say we score first, depending on how we score it and what that Leeds backline does, I think it'll be easy to see. I think from the first goal, if we score the same way we did last time, and it's because they've left giant spaces and they've given up running, or they've just been stupid or just unaware, we quickly see that we've got this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and like we've said previously on the show about how we've played 2 different systems and they've both worked well. But I mean, for me, the threat is going to be on this left side. Willie Nonto and the looping crosses that are perhaps going to come in for the attacking players, perhaps Joe Barreau, Jorginho Ruta, players like that who are fast paced. But I think the game is here, right in the midfield. In terms of like linking up from the back to basically cut through that midfield at Leeds that just wasn't there, and just gave us so many more opportunities. And certainly when you've got 3 centre-backs in play, when we've got the ball, it does free up the likes of certainly Kyle Walker-Peters. And I suspect, should we play a formation like this, we'll see Kyle Walker-Peters up here a lot. I'm not so sure we'll see Manning up here quite so much, but it will just mean that, he's a defensive option as well. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
You happy with that? Are we locking that in?
That's how I would like to start.
Yeah.
But I promise you, come Sunday, it won't be this, and I'll still be just as happy about it.
Yeah. In Russ we trust.
I'm in a position where I'm happy to see Macca in goal.
Who are you, and what have you done with Jack?
I know. I'm telling you, mate. It's all about the coming together. It's all about being together as one. And the way I felt about Macca coming in on Friday is how I feel about him now. It's how I feel about the whole squad. And if at this point of the season you're not confident about the squad and about what this team can do, then you can just stay at home and don't watch the game, because this team are wicked. These players are wicked. This manager's wicked. This fan base is just unreal. So let's just get behind it.
Yeah, absolutely. Jeff here saying, if Saints can control the midfield, I'm confident the chances will come. Yeah, absolutely. Believe in our game and get the job done. Isaac saying, Brooks, Downs, Howard, Belez, Kyle Walker-Peters is the only prem quality we have right now. Yeah, I think maybe Downs is good. He's not proved it in the Premier League yet. Neither's Howard.
We're not talking about this squad being prem quality until we're in the prem and the transfer window's done, because there's a lot that needs to change and a lot of support systems that need to go around them. Right now, we're a championship team and we need to concentrate for Sunday.
Exactly. You guys, boys, keep 30 leads in the Championship. We'll do our best. We'll do our absolute utmost.